You guys have given me some great feedback regarding the navigation videos I've been doing so far. One of the things you've asked for is for me to take things back to basics just a little bit. So today, I'm talking parts of the compass. Coming up. Hi, my name's Jack and welcome to the Summit Fit YouTube channel. If you're new here and you're into hiking in the mountains or spending time in the great outdoors, then please consider hitting the subscribe button below. Okay, so parts of a compass. Compasses come in varying designs. However, you're probably most familiar with the classic sort of orienteering base plate style compass. Now at first glance, a compass like this has a spinny little round thing in the middle and a couple of lines and dots and dashes on the base plate. Well, today I'm going to run through what each of those parts are, what they do, and also how you can potentially make the most of them when you're out in the mountains. Okay. So as I've already mentioned, the compass can be called a base plate compass, and that's because of the large base plate on the bottom of the compass. Now this is what the main compass component is mounted on. As you can see, it's got a series of rulers and scales, etc. on it. This is to help you measure distance on maps, so you can work out how far you're planning on going and potentially convert that into the time it's going to take you to do it. You'll also notice that this compass has got a long black line running through the main length of it, and this can be used to line up between 2 points on a map, so where you are currently to where you're going, and then in turn used to take an accurate bearing. It's better to use this thin long black line than the edge of the compass because it's a little bit more clear, it's a little bit crisper than the edge of the compass, which can potentially give you a less accurate reading. Then, of course, you've got the compass housing. This has a rotating bezel, and of course inside it you've got the magnetic needle. Around this bezel you've got 360 degrees marked on the circle, and this of course is what you will convert into a bearing when you're taking a bearing off a map. Inside the compass housing you've got the compass needle. This is floating in a type of liquid. This is often alcohol, and the red end of this needle always points to magnetic north. I briefly mentioned the 3 different norths that are involved in map reading in my Mastering Bearings video. I'll pop a link to that just above now. Then you've got your orienting lines. These are fixed to the bottom of the compass housing, so they rotate with it as you're turning the bezel round. These can be aligned with the eastings on your map to ensure you accurately align the compass with grid north. You've got your orienting arrow, again fixed within the compass housing. This again will rotate with the bezel as you rotate it. When you are taking your bearing, it's this little arrow that you'll line your needle up with. You've got your index line. This may be a fixed black line or potentially an arrow on the base plate, and it's at this mark, this is where you're going to take your bearing from once you've lined up your compass housing and the bezel. You've got your direction of travel arrow, and funnily enough, that is the direction in which you should be travelling. Once you've taken your bearing, you're going to line that up and you're going to follow that or identify objects ahead of you that line up with your direction of travel arrow and follow those until you reach your destination. Finally, you've got your compass scales or your Roma scales, as is featured on this compass. Now these scales come in different scales and can be used according to the scale of your map, so whether you've got a 1:25 or a 1:50. And in turn, you can use this to accurately measure distance and also to work out a 6-figure grid reference. I will also be doing a video shortly on how to take a grid reference, so stay tuned for that one. Okay, so those are the 8 main parts of a compass. Once used properly together, you can come up with extremely accurate distance measuring and in turn work out timings for a walk. You can come up with very accurate directional travel, so in poor visibility, unlike today where it's absolutely fantastic, you'll be able to pinpoint really quite precise locations by using the bearing on your compass. And all of this will work together to keep you much safer when you're out in the mountains. Okay, so that's just a bit of a quick look at the various parts of a compass and also what they do and how you can use them. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to hit subscribe on the button below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.